No,
don't yell for staff.
First of all, they're the help. Second of all, they deserve it. Where'd she go? All right. For TV's only source for all the stuff you care about, hello, I'm Kevin Pereira.
Don't try to be nice now.
I'm always nice, sweetheart.
Hey everyone, I'm ENunn. Because I don't yell at them. I get that.
Pity applause. Pity applause.
It is Tuesday, July 17th, and we are coming to you live from the G4 studios right here in Los Angeles, like we do every day.
That's right. Now, coming up on the show, breaking news today, Microsoft's gaming visionary Peter Moore is leaving the company to become the president of EA Sports. So what will his departure mean for Microsoft or the future of the Xbox platform? We're going to decipher it all in the loop, and then later, check your calendars, folks. It's actually DV Tuesday. Chris Gore will be here to show off the new Red Dawn 2-disc special edition.
Plus, Will O'Neill gets hands-on at the Erotica LA convention, and we mean hands-on, gets dirty and sticky. And we'll open up Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2 for the PC to find out what's new and whether it was worth the wait. Now, the gaming world is definitely stunned by Moore's resignation, and the timing is quite bizarre. I mean, right after E3, I mean, you'd think that he would have given us a heads up
or a little nod, a little something
more.
Yeah, didn't happen. We're going to have more about this in the loop. Believe me, it's actually bigger, potentially, than some executive shuffle. But besides the great tattooed man's departure, here are the top 5 stories that are around the net. In at number 5 today is another video from sarcasticgamer.com, who are actually carving out a nice little niche for themselves on the internet.
Hot off the success of their revoiced parody of the Microsoft Surface, they now decide to tackle Nintendo and their new Wii Fit device they debuted at E3 last week.
Introducing Wii Fit. For far too long, video game consoles have limited themselves to being fun and entertaining. But with Wii Fit, the sky's the limit as you explore exciting new exercises like leaning side to side. Don't want to invest $3.19 on a hula hoop? Why not pick up a Wii for just $300? If you found Dance Dance Revolution's hot soundtracks and exciting gameplay to be a bit too much, we think you'll enjoy Wii Fit's Step Up on the White Thing game. With this exciting but simple title, all you have to do is step up and get down. Wii Fit.
Was he serious? I detected a hint of sarcasm.
No, I think he was serious.
Oh, well done. He made some good points.
You can tell they're serious by the music they play in the background.
Oh, yeah. That was serious.
Okay. Coming in at number 4 today is a video of what happens when track and field events go not just wrong, but horribly wrong.
Yeah, pay attention because this one gets rather gruesome.
Heitto lähtee tästä ja se kaartaa tuonne vasemmalle pituushyppypaikalle, jossa miesten pituushyppykilpailu on täydessä vauhdissa. Ja siellä on Salim Saidiri ja se tällä kuvalla ei kyllä kannattaisi herkutella enää. Se on Salim. Se tulee tuonne, ai.
And the javelin goes through his back. You didn't see it? No, okay, well, it might have been a little tough, right?
It was a little tough to see. Let's take a look again at the slow-mo replay, because I couldn't really see.
Well, there's the French long jumper. Okay, he's minding his own business. Yeah, on the sidelines. And then there's the javelin, and yikes!
Whoa!
I don't remember that in the old track and field. That would have been an awesome button combo.
Now, event officials said the athlete was conscious when he was loaded onto an ambulance, and that the accident was not life-threatening. Just really shameful for France.
Well, you know, 75 years ago, an incident like this would have started like a land war in Europe, which actually ultimately would have just brought shame to France anyway. So I guess it's all the same.
So either way, you're all right. No big deal then. It's a wash.
Sorry.
Never happened.
All right. In at number 3 is another hilarious, ingenious, dare I say, brilliant video.
What? You said brilliant?
I did. I dare.
No.
You could double dare me. I'd say it again.
Double dare you.
It is a brilliant video. It was posted to break.com very late last night. I think it's well on its way to becoming a full-fledged internet phenomenon.
Oh, see.
Lewis loves cheese pizza, right? It's his favorite thing in the world. He brings it over all the time. He's got like a crazy phobia, like a Maury Povich fear of sausage and pepperoni. So what I'm going to do is take a couple slices of sausage and pepperoni pizza, mix it in with Lewis's favorite cheese pizza. He's going to go ballistic. It's going to be the best prank in the world. Yeah.
Hey,
Another dangerous prank.
I'm actually friends with Lewis, and that's kind of mean.
Well, he has a fear of
well, okay, look. I mean, success to you. You videotaped it, you put it up, and guess what? You got a lot of comments.
Yeah, a lot of morons very quickly. Some of them saying, how dare I make fun of somebody's deli meat phobias.
Maybe he's kosher.
Perhaps. But other people saying, oh my God, that was obviously fake. I can't believe how fake it was. Well, of course, it was a parody of the other videos that you morons watch 500,000 times on Break.com of some other frat boys putting a mouse in a cereal box, or, oh, I'm going to put some, I can't believe it's not butter on the floor. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. And the fact that people took the time to post that, the internet's dumb.com. I'm going to order it right now. I'm sorry.
You should order it. Order it before somebody's doing it right now.
Someone else just took it. I'm sorry. There you go.
Okay. Well, good work.
I don't have time to register it.
At number 2 today is a video representation of just how awesome South Park can be.
Yes, an old episode of the show featured an extended, drawn-out fight between Timmy and Jimmy in a back alley. It was brilliant. And Trey Parker and Matt Stone said that this brutal scene was actually a reference to the 1988 John Carpenter movie, They Live, which is about a guy who can see aliens and subconscious messages when he puts his sunglasses on.
That's right.
Either way, the battle is known as one of the most intense, drawn-out conflicts in movie history.
And I have to say, it is definitely a product of its time. Now someone's gone through the trouble of cutting a side-by-side comparison of the battles, brought to you by Crack.com.
Come on. Come on. Kavod. Kavod.
Man, I told you I didn't want to be in.
I told you, put on the...
It's a little-known fact, actually, speaking of remakes, In Your Pants is actually a shot-for-shot remake of Thelma and Louise, which is a little something we do around here, so...
That's not true.
Could be.
I don't know how to take that.
You're welcome. And topping off the internet today is the introduction of a new web star, someone nicknamed Glazastic, which apparently is Russian for big eyes guy.
Yeah. At the most recent G8 summit, a protester in the audience stood up during a conference with Russian President Vladimir Putin and started throwing propaganda flyers around.
Yeah, what made news was not the stunt or even Putin's relatively calm reaction, but it was the look on the face of the guy behind the protester.
Нам нужна другая Россия.
Отлично, молодец. Дай мне, что ты бросаешь-то. Ein junger Mann. Gut. Sie haben gemacht, was Sie gemacht.
Прокричал фразу он на немецком, видимо, рассчитывая на поддержку сидящих рядом с ним иностранных журналистов. Но и это видно по взгляду его соседа, иностранцы недоумевали.
What? Did you just leaflet?
But he didn't look like that. He didn't look like I'm going to kill you later.
You think that's the look he had?
Yeah, I think, definitely.
Maybe. See, if in the States there would be no look, he would have been dragged out mid-pamphlet toss.
And then knifed.
And, shivved with a spork from Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, that's why we only say nice things about our president.
Love you, Georgie. The guy became an instant Russian web celeb, though, spawning Photoshops, animated GIFs, and other web nonsense, generally associated only with the feline desire for cheeseburgers.
Yeah, here are a few of the best from this meme.
Yeah, so there's a little compilation of them.
Look at him.
On EnglishRussia.com.
I will kill you.
There's some good googly eyes going on there, but I really like, hold on, let me scroll down. This is probably my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Just the eyebrow move.
Now, the smirk and the blush is really subtle, but you get a little eyebrow.
But you get the eyebrow.
And a little, he's enjoying it. So there's a lot of weird, I don't quite understand. Is that bees and headlights? I don't know. But
I don't know what that is.
Anyway, he's a new meme, so congrats, Russia, on your internet success. You're welcome.
Congratulations. For more virals, hit up g4tv.com/aroundthenet and sign up for the Around the Net podcast.
Right now, let's hear from you in the army of monitor heads. It's our video viewer mail.
Here is Juan from Puerto Rico.
Really? Puerto Rico?
Yeah, they watch our show tax-free.
Oh, congrats.
First, we heard that it was an unknown problem. Then we heard it was hardware failure, but it was something really rare. Now we know that it's 1 out of every 3 consoles in the market that has this problem. Do you think Microsoft this year will finally admit why this is happening?
No.
Yeah, well, it's
no.
They're
not going to tell you why. It's not like Bill Gates come out and go, oh, my bad. Sorry.
That would be awesome.
Not enough thermal paste. Oh, I did it again.
Well,
right.
maybe that propaganda guy will come out and throw flyers all around.
Someone will leaflet and Bill will get wide-eyed.
We don't know, but weird things are going down with Microsoft, and maybe this has something to do with why Peter Moore has left.
It could be. Could be. Well, some stock was getting sold from some other executives. Maybe now Peter says, I'm going to get out the door. There's a huge issue. I don't know. I think Microsoft acknowledged the problem, obviously, by saying we're going to extend the warranties. It's going to cost us a lot of money, but they had to do what was right in the eyes of the consumers. So
they have a 3-year warranty, which is huge. They said they're losing lots of money on that.
And they probably will if the failure rates are as high as they're being reported. But I think that's as far as they're going to go. I wouldn't suspect that they, at this point, need to come out and say specifically what was bricking all those consoles. There's just no need. They'll replace them. There you go.
I'm probably just going to sell all my Microsoft stock, though. I just don't have faith in them.
I see it going down. I see the ticker falling. How many? You own 2 shares, right?
I own 3.
Oh, and you bought them back in like 2006. So that's.
I actually bought them last month.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Well.
They might be worth something.
They could. Good. All right. Well, let's get on that after.
Okay.
The commercial.
Now stay with us. Attack of the Show has just started. We've got an hour of information that is guaranteed to not get you the 3 rings of death.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Nothing can stop that at all.
No, not even Microsoft.
Done.
Stay with us anyways, though. Up next, we're going to go in-depth into the breaking Peter Moore Microsoft story. We'll be back with even more.
Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. Peter Moore is saying so long to Microsoft and making his new home at EA. Will his departure impact the release of the games Microsoft has been promising? The Loop investigates. And our very own Will O'Neill gets freaky with the West Coast's hottest ladies at Erotica LA. Plus, Red Dawn has finally made it to DVD.
Mama's be real proud.
But is it a big enough bang for your buck?
I don't know.
Find out on TV Tuesday. It's the definition of nerdcore when the attack comes back.
Welcome back to the show. We are live on July 17th and ready to dive into what the gaming world is all buzzing about. Peter Moore's departure from Microsoft. Let's go over to Kevin with lots more.
Thanks, Mon. Now, only a week ago, Peter Moore took the stage in Santa Monica, California for Microsoft's E3 press event. The Brit played some rock band and promised that the Xbox 360 would be, without a doubt, the winner of this holiday season. Actually, check that. He said this generation. But now, a mere 7 days later, the man in charge of the 360 and the Games for Windows division has decided to move on to greener pastures, namely EA Sports. Now, ironically, he'll be replaced by Don Matrick, the former president of EA, but one has to wonder, with the face and perhaps the arm of the Xbox gone, how will this affect the 360 standing in the console wars? You can tattoo this if you want. It's the Loop. My guest tonight, editor-in-chief for Kotaku.com, who broke this very story today, Brian Crescente, is here, and G4's very own Adam Sessler. Welcome back to the Loop, everybody. All right, Brian, I'd love to start with you. I mean, this was your baby. You broke it. You tell me, from your perspective, is Moore jumping ship from Microsoft, or was he forced to walk the plank?
No, I think that this was a decision he made on his part. I don't think he was forced out of the company. I think that for 2 reasons. One, I really do believe that his family and his desire to be back in the Bay Area is something that really played a part in this. But also, EA gave him bags and bags of money to go there.
Adam, do you agree with that? I mean,
yeah,
we've heard of satchels with dollar signs on them, but do you think he was forced?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, 3 rings of death notwithstanding, I mean, he's only been good for that company. He's been a wonderful spokesman. And if you look at the success of the 360 compared to the Xbox, which he oversaw, he really has helped them out a lot. I can't see why they would really push him out.
Now, Brian, you spoke with Robbie Bach, the president of Entertainment and Devices at Microsoft. What did he have to say about Mr. Moore's departure?
Well, he was adamant, again, that it was a personal decision. I pointed out that the timing isn't exactly great because you've got this announcement just weeks ago that they're extending the warranty and that well, I don't think they actually announced it, but we all know that there are manufacturing problems, hardware problems with the 360. But he says it has nothing to do with that. And frankly, if it did have something to do with that, my guess is they'd wait a little bit because this news is so fresh.
Sure. Adam, would you agree with that? I mean, how terrible is the timing, not just coming right off of E3, but with the hardware difficulties and the warranty issues that they've been having?
I think it is very unfortunate because when I first heard the news, I thought, oh, wow, there is some sort of relationship between these two things. Upon closer inspection, I don't think it had anything to do with that. If you really consider the fact also that, these large executive transfers, they don't happen in 36 hours. They do take a while, and obviously they wouldn't do it before E3. I don't know why they had to do it so soon afterwards, but there must be something behind the scenes that isn't that suspicious that is motivating this.
Brian, I'm sure you've seen the fanboy posts or the anti-fanboy posts online that say, well, hey, Microsoft, they didn't impress at E3. They focused on the holiday. It's clearly a bad decision. They're throwing out questionable stock news stories, the sale of certain stock. I mean, is there something going on here? Is there even a possibility or a potential, or are you completely denying that yourself now?
No, I mean, I think they've had a sort of short run of bad luck. I don't think they're connected. I just don't see, again, when I talked to Robbie Bach, he said that this is something that they've been talking about for a while. Sounds like they sort of found out about it a couple of weeks ago. It does not sound like something that, just yesterday they said, okay, you're out of here, you better go get another job. And EA doesn't have that much money sitting around to just create a position so quickly.
Sure. Now, I mean, again, Peter Moore is going to EA. He's going to do some stuff with EA Sports. Adam, what do you think Peter Moore's influence could be on the brand and on the games that we're seeing out of EA?
Yeah, it's funny. When I first heard it, I thought, well, that's an odd choice. But really, he came out of Reebok when he was at the Dreamcast for the launch in 1999. One of their biggest games, if not their biggest game, was NFL 2K, which is one of the most seminal football games ever. He really has overseen that, and despite him being British, I think he likes American sports, and he really might bring something very fresh to all those sports titles, which really are getting a little bit crusty and long in the tooth these days.
Well, Brian Riccatello from EA said himself that the only time they were really scared of anybody was when Peter Moore was in charge over at Sega doing the sports thing, but who does EA have to be afraid of now? Why a move like this at this point? Do they just need a face for the EA Sports brand?
It's funny. I know that Peter Moore must be more than a face, but I think to gamers that's what he is, and he brings a lot of sizzle. I mean, he gets very excited about what he does, and he's a great pitch man, and EA really needs that. They have solid games, but they don't have the best rep, I think, among hardcore gamers. So I think there's a good chance he can sort of win them over for EA.
Well, what about Don Matrick? I mean, because we know that, he used to work at EA. We understand he obviously knows what he's doing, but he also did Test Drive back in '87, so he gets plenty of credit from me. But if you're a 360 owner right now, Brian, are you worried for the future or the longevity of the brand?
No, I mean, I'm not worried about the longevity. I am wondering, is he going to be the face of Microsoft? I mean, they've always had a face for the 360. Mm-hmm. They had Jay Allard, they had Peter Moore, and now is he going to be the face? He doesn't, on my quick interview with him, he doesn't sound like he's quite as got the same sizzle as Peter Moore does.
I completely agree with you, Brian.
Excellently tiptoed there, Brian. I mean, all right, Adam, you agree. What does Don need to do right away then? Is it henna tattoos or strange piercings?
I think Don is perfectly suited for the job. I don't know if he's going to revel in the spotlight like Seamus, like Jay, and like Peter Moore. He knows his games very well. Remember, he also was at EA when they decided for EA and Microsoft to finally allow those games to go on Xbox Live. Right. He knows what he's doing. I think he has the welfare of the company in his mind, and I'm very curious to see what's going to happen very soon.
All right, well, let's play the conspiracy theory game very quickly then. Brian, I'll start with you. Are we going to see a product recall for the 360? I mean, this isn't forecasting that something major is going to happen and Peter was jumping ship, right?
We might. I don't think it's connected to Peter Moore. I think the real question, though, is what tattoo is Peter Moore going to get to cover up his Halo 2 tattoo?
Good question. All right, Adam.
Army of two, of course. It's so obvious.
Are we going to see EA Sports games going exclusive to the 360 anytime soon because of this?
No, I don't think that's going to happen, but you have to consider the fact that there is a very strong relationship now between EA Sports and the Xbox 360, and those games are already skewing to the 360. Sony's already said some nice things about Peter Moore. Right. They may have to work a little bit harder to get better cooperation.
Or 60 frames a second. Brian, last conspiracy theory to you, sir. Maybe a Microsoft buyout of EA. Could that happen?
I'm sure they have the money, but I'm assuming that EA doesn't have the interest.
All right, let's go to the final word. When will we see Moore's effect on EA? Is it not going to be until Madden 2012, or are we going to see it instantly? Adam, I'll start with you.
I think this time next year.
You think this time next year?
Yeah.
Brian, what do you think, sir?
Yeah, I could see him at next E3 pitching Madden. I can definitely see that.
Do you think he'll have one of the Madden championship rings and make everybody kiss it?
He'll have them on his toes, I think.
The cleat ring achievements. All right, I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Adam and Brian, for keeping us in the loop. And Brian, congrats again on breaking such an awesome story. We appreciate your time. Right now, we got to go back over to Olivia, who wishes she had millions in Microsoft stock.
Who says I don't?
You don't.
I don't. Okay, with the gaming world officially on fire today, we're adding fuel with the hottest new video games in stores this week. It's time to attack this. Up, we have EA's NCAA Football 08. Madden's little brother comes fully equipped with a host of new features, most notably a new and improved Campus Legend mode, which is available for the first time on the PS3 and the 360. Like Madden, this game will look better on the 360 because it plays at 60 frames per second as opposed to 30 on the PS3. Sorry, Jack Trenton, it's just a fact. Next up is a title close to the hearts of many, now available for the PSP, the classic Parappa the Rappa. Yes, that's right. Get learned by Chop Chop, the Onion Master, and strut your stuff by busting all the right moves. The PSP release has wireless capabilities, enabling you to play against up to 3 of your friends. There are also 5 new levels available to download. Maybe Parappa isn't quite as cool as when it first came out in 1996, but the power of Parappa in your pocket will certainly help pass the time. Next, we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. Now available for the PC, the long-winded sequel already is a hit on the 360. Graphically, the PC version steps it up, as you would hope, but in turn, it has lost the over-the-shoulder cam, so it's strictly a first-person shooter right now. Also, the PC build moves a little slower than the console version, but in return, the control that you have over your squad is much deeper. All in all, PC gamers will feel like they are playing a game and made specifically for them and not simply a console port, and that is definitely a good thing. Finally, we have a game that harkens back to a simpler time, an era when game titles were one word. Case in point, Bomberman. Out now on the Xbox Live Arcade, Bomberman has to find his way out of mazes and discover new doorways using, you guessed it, bombs. There are a host of power-ups you can find to increase the power and effectiveness of each blast, and classic game stands the test of time. Download it now and relive the glory days of the 8-bit generation. Also, be sure to watch Code Monkeys Wednesday nights at 9 only on G4. Okay, that was a shameless plug, and we fulfilled our duty. For info on all these games and more, head on over to g4tv.com/AOTS. And if there are any Emmy voters in the audience, please don't forget about us. It would be an honor just to be nominated. Really, thank you.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows may have been leaked online days before its release. We'll have details in the feed. And our very own Will O'Neill struts his stuff at the sexiest convention on the West Coast, Erotica LA.
I think we need to be honest. The DS blows. A Morgan minute is 60 seconds away.
At eHarmony,
let me spend a minute telling you why the Nintendo DS blows. Okay, so you're sitting on an airplane. Maybe you're even in business attire because, hey, we all gotta make a living. And then you pull out your Nintendo DS. I mean, we mature gamers are used to the looks we get for playing with what the uninitiated see as a child's toy. So you ignore your seatmate snicker and you settle into a nice game of WarioWare Touched, which then asks you to blow into your DS's microphone. And no, you can't just bring it up to your face and discreetly exhale. You have to really blow on it, hard. How can I do that and maintain my dignity? I can't. Thanks, DS, for making me look like an idiot. You blow. I'm Morgan, and that's been a minute.
Middle ground is done. Hey, we're live here, and it's been a busy news day. So right now, here are the big stories of the hour
besides Peter Moore's resignation.
I was going to say that.
Okay.
It's like we're one.
It's like if we could finish.
It's like there was no middle ground between us. It's like we were just one ground.
Hot off the presses, it's time for the only news you need to know. It's in the feed.
Thanks, guys. I'm Layla Kaylee, and it's time to start the feed. Harry Potter may be a box office champion, but he's still vulnerable to modern-day pirates. While a few copies of books claiming to be Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows have appeared on the internet, they've all been proven fakes. But now a full file of photographs of the US release have appeared on BitTorrent, and this one looks like the real thing. Moderators have been scrambling to remove the files, but they are still available for download. Many people have complained, however, that the scan quality is almost unreadable in some sections, but it is bootleg.
Fans of sci-fi television can now look forward to filling up their TiVos with Monday night shows. NBC announced a revised fall schedule this week, and Monday is looking pretty solidly futuristic. Chuck, a new sci-fi secret agent series from the creator of The OC, will kick off the lineup at 8 p.m. right before Heroes, which returns at 9. At 10, a new time travel series called Journeyman will round out the evening. That's 3 solid hours of sci-fi. Take that, football. It's a sad day for gamers everywhere. Looks like the Game Boy may finally be put to rest. In an E3 interview, Nintendo VP George Harrison stated the company would no longer push the Game Boy brand and is considering never using the name again. Instead, the company is spending its time focusing on the hugely successful DS. But there is some good news from Nintendo. WiiWare could be coming later this year. Harrison stated that developers already have kits to make original downloadable Wii games, and it's only a question of when they get finished. Let's hope so. Lost Planet fans are in for a treat this Friday. Both the PC and Xbox 360 versions will receive huge updates. PC gamers will be treated to 4 free multiplayer maps and new playable characters like Mega Man and Dead Rising's Frank West. Aside from that, new gameplay views will be available, a wide-angle perspective, and an over-the-shoulder view similar to Resident Evil 4. Console gamers will get the 4 maps for free this Friday, which would have cost 800 points before. Mega Man would have been nice, but free is free, that's for sure. And finally, Madden 08 promises to be better than ever, and now you can have physical proof that you can rock at the game. Electronic Arts has partnered with jewelry maker Justin to make a Ring of Champions. That's right, you heard it correctly. It's an actual ring that gamers can buy after reaching certain levels in the game. The better your rating, the nicer the ring you'll be allowed to buy. Madden 08 will be available August 14th, so get those ring orders ready. That is, if you want to be mocked by your friends. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed does not stop here. Keep your iPod fed with all the news you need to know by downloading our Daily Feed podcast. Get it now, g4tv.com/podcast. I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Layla. All right, August 8th. Hey, I know you got plans. Cancel them because we've got the X-Play that you've been waiting for all year long. It's G4ia 2007, TV's only award show for gamers, by gamers.
That's right. The fate of the best is in your hands, so vote today. August 8th, Adam and Morgan will reveal your choices for categories like Best Downloadable Content and Game Most Deserving of an Uva Bowl Movie Adaptation.
Ouch. You can catch it all right here, only on G4. For more info and to vote, log on to g4tv.com/G4ia, or you can text your vote, or text vote rather, to G4TXT. That's 44898 on your mobile phone. Standard text messaging rates may apply, and SMS voting is presented by Verizon Wireless.
Does that feel awkward to say?
Felt great. I'll say it again, but we're on time.
While you try to figure out what to trade at your local game store, we'll take a quick break and don't expect any money for last year's sports games, except that fact that they're just coasters now.
$1.50. You can get $1.50.
Really?